Hey there, if you're watching this, you have read the title, I'm a Fat Bulimic Guy, which, here I am, that's me. My name's Oliver. I've had bulimia for the past year. I'm not really sure how long it's been going on, but the symptoms definitely started around September 2016. I weigh 237 pounds, 110 kilograms, I think that's converted. Um, I'm 19, I'm an animation student. I live in dorms and I live by myself, so I've not got family around me or anything. My average bin size is around 1,500 to 3,000 calories, usually within half an hour. Like, often I'll have a cheat meal, which is pizza, 6 chicken wings, and an entire 1.5 litre of Coke or Pepsi. And I've been having that since around September. Um, I wanted to make this video so that people like me would know that they're not alone. Because, you know, bulimia, eating disorders, is often seen as a girl thing. Because, it's 10-to-1 ratio. That means that for every 100 girls, there's 10 guys with an eating disorder. And that can feel really isolating. We can feel really alone. And it feels like eating disorders can only happen online. That people with eating disorders are already recovered. So I wanted to show someone who is not recovered. I'm probably nowhere near recovering, but I'm here. I'm like you, hopefully. In some way, I can relate to your situation, and you can relate to mine. This month, I've purged more than 29 times, and by that I mean not by the days, it's by sessions that I count it. So my session, I would consider it to be, um, for example, between 10 and 10:30 a.m. Um, that would be a session, so I would count that as one purge, and then it could be another time like 11 to 11:45. That would be a second purge. So yeah, that's happened 29 times this month. I think busiest week I had with purging was about 14 times in one week. That was certainly not fun. And by the end of the week after that, I ended up getting, I ended up developing gastritis, which is a gastrointestinal disease, which it's like acid reflux, but it's really, really intense. It's like a big binge, but stuff an extra football in there, and that's how it feels. You don't look really bloated, but it feels absolutely terrible. And that's why they say things like eating disorders and bulimia can kill, because, your insides are being all messed up. I've got dry mouth, and, things are not going to look healthy when you look inside me. You can die from things like this, and I know this. I can't stop. It's not like I'm choosing to do this. Bulimia can offer some sort of self-control internally, because you can choose when you throw up. You might not think that, but you can. And but what we don't choose is the feelings that come along with binging and purging. We can't help that it feels addictive. We can't help that we started and now we can't stop. It's just something that happens. Alright? Don't blame yourself. You're not the only one out there with this disorder. You're not the only guy out there with this disorder. You are not the only one who has not recovered. You're not the only one who obsesses over calories, who eats 3,000 calories or more at a meal. You're not the only one who purges, who makes himself throw up, who exercises insane amount, who takes laxatives, diuretics, or whatever the hell you do to purge. Okay? You're not alone. It can often feel like that, but we're out there. How did it start for me? Well, let's see. I've had problems with my eating for most of my life. I think it probably stems from a psychoanalytic point of view, from the fact that my mum would pacify me with food when I was a baby because she had depression, she was too tired to look after me, and as a result of neglected, I ended up eating a lot of food because it was my comfort, and I never really grew out of that habit. Let's see, when I was about between 8 and 11, I think I had binge eating disorder because, it was really intense. I would just eat all the time. I was being introduced to new foods because when I was younger, I would be really picky about what foods I ate. Um, and the new foods I ate, I would eat a lot of them as a reward. So basically, I was eating food that I didn't like and eating even more as a reward. And obviously, I gained weight. I was picked on for my weight, even by my family. Like, they didn't know what they were doing at the time. I assumed they thought that give them tough love and he'll end up stopping, but it didn't work. It made it worse, okay? If you're someone, like you're a family member of someone who's bulimic, don't give them tough love. They're going to food as a comfort, and if you hurt them, they're just going to seek out comfort even more. Okay, they're going to hurt themselves even more, whether it's through more binging, more purging, or they find new ways to self-harm in that way. So yeah, just don't support them. Don't isolate them even more, because they already are really alienated. They need love and support, and sometimes it can feel like that's the only thing that you can do, that you can only offer them tough love because they haven't really accepted anything that you've given them before, but keep trying. We're trying, so keep believing in us. Let's see, when I was 12, I went a day, no, I had, no, let's see, how do I put this straight? Um, our school was having activities, and there was a day when I didn't have lunch. I couldn't afford any lunch because I wasn't given any money. My house was too far away to go and grab something from there. I remember sitting by a pond and just thinking, wow, this is really easy, just to not eat. And that eventually became something that I did more often around that age. I would skip breakfast and lunch, only eating dinner because my family was there to watch me. They would force me to eat, and so would my friends sometimes, because, even though people would be like, oh, you need to eat less in order to lose weight, and I really needed to lose weight. It was just so frustrating. They had two conflicting ideas that they were pushing on to me. You need to eat less to lose weight. You need to eat more because you're not eating enough. I know that this isn't healthy, but it's all a mess in my head. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna find something healthy someday, hopefully, but, you know, in the beginning, it just was something that I guess I was just trying to please everyone, trying to please myself, and trying to compare myself to other people so that I could be like them. But, obviously that didn't work, and I got even worse. So, after I started restricting my meals, I went back to eating normally. I went back to binging, I guess. Um, let's see, when I was 16, I started living by myself, and naturally my weight went crazy because I could buy what I wanted, I could eat my own things. Um, I remember having ice cream quite a lot, and eventually I became really overweight and also depressed because, things at home were tough, and I was still really insecure about my image. And then I got into university, and it got even worse because You know, I was a lot more stressed. I had things at home to deal with. I had other mental illnesses to try and cope with. I didn't have any friends or support. Um, you know, and things just eventually got worse. I started purging in September last year. I started university the year before. Um, so, and it started off with anxiety. Like, I started throwing up because I felt really anxious, and when I felt anxious, I felt nauseous. So I would make myself throw up to get rid of the feeling, both of those feelings. I couldn't really cope with my feelings. I didn't really have any other outlet because, you know, what else was there for me to do? And then after I started that, um, I did stop for a month. I tried to lose weight the healthy way. Um, you know, I tried eating less than 1,500 calories a day. I was eating stuff like fruit and vegetables. It was really healthy. I remember going on walks for an hour a day, and I felt really good. But then, you know, I would have cheat days. I would have pizza of the weekend or something, and I would end up binging. And then for the rest of the week, I would try and lose all that weight that I'd gained over the weekend, and it was just yo-yoing up and down. And then eventually, I just gave up on my diet because, you know, it was restricting. And I thought, if I'm restricting throughout the week, then maybe that's why I'm binging at the weekends. And so I tried taking cheat days away, and it didn't work because I ended up binging even more. You know, I'd have an episode where I was just completely hungry, completely not in control of what I was eating, and just stuffing my face with whatever I could find. And I started eating binges whenever I wanted because, you know, the diet obviously wasn't working, and you know, I would just eat, and then I would purge it afterwards so that I wouldn't gain weight. And I mean, I haven't gained weight. I've kind of gone between 237 and 234 pounds over the course of the entire year, and you know, it's not really getting. I'm not really losing. It's it's so frustrating. Like, I'm trying to do everything I can just to lose weight so that I can feel better about myself. I know it's not healthy. I know that it's probably not going to work, but I'm not recovered. I haven't found a way to be healthy yet. There are people who have, they give me their advice, and I can't find myself following it yet. I'm still here, I'm still fat, bulimic, some random dude in a myriad of girls, and you know, that's fine. I might not have a way yet, but I will someday. The good and the bad, they come and they go, and it often feels like the bad lasts a lot longer than the good. And maybe it does, but the good's still there. It's out there somewhere. I can't wait for my life to be easy. I have to work in order to stop this because it was really easy to start, and it's going to be really hard to get out of it. It's going to last for the rest of my life. There's going to be episodes where I fall back into these habits. You know, I'm scared of being an old man, and I'm still staring down the toilet. I've still got freckles of suffocation, you know, those little red dots you get in your face, and getting eye bags, having eye bags constantly, having sore eyes all the time, getting even worse conditions. If I keep this up, I could get even worse. It is possible to get cancer. Like, I think it's in your throat or something. I do want to stop, but I have to find a way that I can. I do need to find a way. You need to find a way. Okay, well, I have no idea what I'm saying now, so let's end this here.